Hello everybody in YouTube land. Today here in northwest Arkansas, when I stepped out on my porch this morning, the thermometer said it was 2 degrees. That's cold, folks. So today what I want to talk about is raising rabbits in the winter. First of all, you can see my rabbitry is very primitive. I do not have electricity out here. Therefore, I do not have lights, heat lamps, electric waters or anything like that. This is all very primitive, and I do that for 2 reasons. First of all, not all my customers buy pets or show rabbits. Some of them buy meat rabbits. So I want my rabbits and my offspring to be very hardy. I want them to be able to tolerate the winters as well as rabbits should. And so that's why I don't have electricity. Plus, that's an added expense that when you're running a homestead trying to grow your own meat, that's an expense you just don't want, nor do you need. Now, there's 2 things that are vital for having rabbits in the winter. First of all, you've got to keep them dry and you got to keep them out of the wind. That's a cold, wet rabbit is a dead rabbit. I can guarantee you that in a heartbeat. Second thing is water. They have to have access to water. Without water, they won't eat. With that being said, I do feed my rabbits just a little bit extra food during the winter. That way they can gain weight and stay warm. I usually give them an extra 1/4 cup right about Thanksgiving, right before the harsh winter starts. That way they got a chance to put on a little weight if they choose to. And in case I didn't already mention it, without water, rabbits will not eat. One of the things I did this year, and boy howdy, let me tell you, this has been a lifesaver, is I switched from water bottles to these black rubber Crocs. With a water bottle, that metal tip, it freezes almost instantly, and then you have to switch out water bottles, thaw them out before you fill them, and then almost immediately it refreezes. So it makes it difficult for the rabbits to get to the water. With these rubber Crocs, they are very easy. You just flip them upside down, give them a good whack, and the ice falls out, and then you can refill it with water. The second thing I like about this, in 2 degrees, folks, your water's going to freeze. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The water will freeze, and it freezes fast. So keeping thawed water is near impossible unless you run electricity and some kind of heat to keep it from freezing. This morning, not only were the water in the bowls frozen, our water barrels were frozen, and the water to the house was frozen. So I had no way to bring liquid water out here this morning. But as you can see, if you look at the edges, rabbits will lick and chew on this ice and stay hydrated. They will get what they need as long as they have access to it. Here's a little girl over here. Well, she stopped. She was gnawing on her ice. Let's see if she'll go back to gnawing. No, she's not. Alright, so that's the most important things for winter. Does it work? Well, I don't know. Let's go take a look. You know, I've got 5 litters on me. Here is Eureka. She has a litter of 7. Folks, it was 2 degrees this morning. I don't know what the overnight low was. I have no idea. I didn't come outside and look last night. But let's take a look at this litter. And she actually needs a little more hay in here because she's done chewed it out and threw it out. Let's see. Eureka has a litter of 7. Let's see how they did. Let's see. It's kind of dark. Can you see? There's one. This is hard to do by yourself. There's one. It's crawling away, so very much alive. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. And there's the 7th one. She has a litter of 7, and all 7 are alive. And I chose to show you this nest box because it has less hay than all the rest of them. I pile these full of hay, but over time, these guys here are 8 days old, so in 8 days, Mama's gotten rid of some of the hay. These are metal boxes, and all my boxes are being used, so I'm going to show you the best way that I can. I have these wooden inserts that goes along the edges of my nest box. That way the kits aren't up against the cold metal. They've got wood, and the wood is quite a bit warmer than metal for sure. And then in the very bottom, I stuff cardboard in to cover the entire bottom. And then I stuff that nest box as full of hay as I can get it. Let me show you. Paprika is due pretty soon. That's how full I give that nest box. It is spewing over, and she's got it dragged out across the floor. But when she goes to kindle, she'll create a nest, and she'll keep what she needs, and she'll throw out what she doesn't. Let's go take a look at Caraway. She was due today. 2 degrees, folks. 2 degrees. And let's take a look. Caraway kindled her litter. She's got her nest full. Now I'm not gonna disturb these folks too much. I've already checked. I haven't lost any of the new kits, the week-olds. And then Caraway kindled. And I'll tell you, she had 9. They were all alive. Look here. Look here, folks. They're buried in the hay. But she kindled, and they're all alive. 9 of them. Now you tell me. Do rabbits need the extra electricity and the heat? No, they don't. I'm sure it makes it a little more comfortable, but it is not necessary. You guys have a great day, and until we speak again, God bless. I just wanted to add, I bred 1 doe more than I have brood cages. Only have 6 brood cages that's surrounded by the wood. But Paprika here is due in a couple days, and I forgot to mention, since she doesn't have a brood cage, I want to make sure those rabbits don't get chilled. So what I've done, and I'm sure she's going to chew on it, so I'll have to watch it carefully. I have taped cardboard along the back and the sides and the top. The only thing that's open is the bottom and the front. And then I threw this rubber-backed rug up on top just to make sure there are no drafts in her cage. And then she's got the same metal box with a wood insert stuffed full of hay. So we'll see how her litter does.